What's up, guys? Quantrix02 here with another figure review, and today I have for you probably the most anticipated Mafex figure since comic book Spider-Man. I'm talking Mafex Batman. Hush. Let's get into it. As always, guys, before we get into the actual figure, let's take a look at the packaging. So here is the Mafex packaging. This is what, the first, I believe this is the first Mafex DC figure. So, and you know, if you're going to start off, you got to start it off with the Cape Crusader, the Dark Knight. And yeah, so anyway, here's the box. It's like a dark, nice navy blue here. It says Batman Hush. You got a picture of the figure down here, the window with the figure and the accessories. Mafex, DC, Medicom toys. At the top, not a lot going on there. There's the bottom with some unreadables and some warning stuff. Like don't choke on that the Batarang. There's the side right there. Another picture of the figure, and there is the back where you can see a lot of different you know, poses in it and stuff you can get the figure into. This is number 105 in the Mafex line. It says down there. Hush. And alright, show the bottom. That's it. Alright, guys, there's the packaging. Let's take this bad boy out of the box, see what he's all about. Here's the figure with everything that it comes with out of the package, but before we get to the accessories, let's take a look at the figure itself. Alright, guys, and here is Batman from the graphic novel Hush, or the animated movie. And this is a highly anticipated Mafex release, probably the most anticipated figure since, I was going to say Spider-Man, but I think the Wolverine was really anticipated as well, so probably the most anticipated figure since Wolverine. And you know, I think that the Wolverine missed a couple of steps. It is still a really good figure, but the Spider-Man was absolutely amazing. Is this kind of in the middle? Is it better than the Spider-Man? Is it just as good as the Wolverine? And that's what we're here to find out right now. And I can say for a fact right now, I have messed with it a couple minutes, and I'm gonna say it's a good figure. But we're going to go over everything right now. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the aesthetics here. And man, Mafex just knocked this out of the park. They really do a good job, and they're getting better and better, especially with these comic figures, man. And this looks like it is hot right out of the graphic novel. So we're going to take a closer look here. So we're going to start it here at the head. So there you go. There is the head right there that comes out of the package. Looks just like the artwork that it came from. Looks great. I don't really see any paint issues there. If you go down a bit, you can see his the bat emblem here, and that looks very clean as well. That is embroidered. It's not just painted on. It's actually, you know, in the actual sculpt. So it's, like I said, it's sculpted. So let's pull the cape back, which we're definitely going to get into the cape in a minute. But we're going to pull this back so you guys can see the arms and everything. So look at the shoulders. Got the nice definition here in the shoulders. And as always, Mafex has that slight, you know, shading here and there in the actual like suit, in the gray suit here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there is some slight shading going on in, you know, in between the muscles and everything. So that's good. You go down, same here in the this little gauntlets here. Is a nice navy blue, but you also get some dark shading in between where the muscles are, the muscle definition. Not a lot going on with the belt, but that's fine, the utility belt, but it looks good. You got your pouches all the way around, patches all the way around here. They look good. And then you got, you know, underwear, got some shading up there as well. And one thing I do like about this figure, they did not do what they did with the Spider-Man and give it that weird metallic look. This is a nice matte navy blue. Got out to the thighs, same thing here. Nice definition in the thighs with the shading and everything, makes it really pop. All the way down, even to the knees. They even got the knees with some shading on it, which you don't see that a lot on figures. That's good. And then also the boots, looking pretty good. I didn't give you guys a look at the back, but there's the back, the definition right there. Looks good. Shading also in the back here. You know, so everywhere is painted very well. I don't really see any QC issues anywhere on this figure. So aesthetic wise, this looks good. So we gotta talk about it. We're gonna talk about this cape. I'm excited about this freaking cape, man. This cape is awesome. So let's just back off a little bit here and take a closer look at this cape. A lot of people were afraid about this cape when this cape was first being shown, and people, you know, I guess the factory samples were coming out and they were showing the cape. People were like, "Oh, they hate the fabric of the cape. It looks like it's like, I don't know, like a Brillo pad kind of texture or something going on there." But this is a really nice cape, man. I mean, for a cape that's, you know, being manufactured by the factory, you know, this thing is good, man. And they did what they needed to do here. So, see, this is like the mistake that I feel that SH Figure Arts made, especially with like the Thor. See, they have the bendy wire. So on the Thor figure, the bendy wire stops like around here, so it's kind of loose at the top, so you can't really get it how you want to get the cape. But this baby goes from all the way from where it's sewed in right here, or glued in, I should say, all the way to the bottom, the very bottom. There's bendy wire all up here, so you can manipulate this how you want to. And that's on both, obviously that's on both sides. But it doesn't stop there, folks. It doesn't stop there. Not only do we have bendy wire here and here, there's also two more bendy wires right here. So from the very top right here, there's also one that goes all the way to the bottom here. And you, like I said, you can manipulate that bad boy however you want to. Same from this side. So there's 4 strips of bendy wire that goes from the top of the sculpt of the cowl all the way to the bottom of the cape. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So no matter what you think about, like, man, maybe the quality of the cape isn't that great, I'm more concerned about what can I do with this cape. How can I pose this cape to make it look, you know, in dynamic poses and stuff. And they did what they need to do to make that happen. I would have loved if there was one more here, but I can kind of see why they didn't do that. If they would have put a bendy wire here, it probably would have kind of made the cape not be able to really sit well on the figure. Like, it would have looked weird because the bendy wire would have kind of puffed it up, so it probably would have been looking like this all the time. But you can just smooth that baby down. But like, it probably would have been like looking like kind of like that a lot. But I think the 4 strips really get the job done. I'm going to show you exactly, guys, what this cape can do later in the photos. But yeah, you can manipulate this guy however you want to, really. I honestly probably should have waited to talk about this in the articulation, but I was so excited about the cape. The cape is awesome, man. You can do some great stuff. Like, you can actually, I gotta show this. Like, you can get the cape to spread like this. So if you want Batman to go and, you know, woo, be coming out on somebody and it looks cool, look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. So great job on the cape. So alright, so I guess I'm not gonna have to be really able to talk about this during articulation. So speaking of articulation, let's get into that. Alright, guys, taking a look at articulation, let's start at the top here. So obviously go to the top. There's a ball peg at the top of the neck, so you can get that to go, you know, little side to side, go up about that much, down maybe about that much, and you know, you can also obviously go 360. There's also a ball peg here, so with that and both pegs here, you can go up about that much. So really, he can't really look up that much, which is kind of unfortunate. But he can look down. He can go left to right a little bit with that neck joint. So that's good. And then you go to the shoulders here. You have a butterfly joint that moves about that much. Not really a lot of range there, but it's there. And then you can hinge the shoulder up about that much. You can go 360. You got your bicep swivel here, which also can go 360, but there you go. And you got your double jointed elbow that goes better than 90. And then you have your wrist peg here that has a hinge that hinges up and down. Let me show you. If I can get it. There it is. So yeah, that hinges up and down. There's the peg right here, the vintage Mafex peg. I wish it was a ball peg, but it's just a little peg that just slips on right there. They do that with all their figures. You go down to the torso here. You got your diaphragm joint that goes about that much. Not really a lot there with the diaphragm joint. Just because of the scope of the muscles, it doesn't really go to the front that much. Does it go back? Yes, it does. It does go back a lot more. And you can maneuver it side to side. Little left and right action there. And then you have your articulation here in the waist. So that can go left and right. And you can, with that, you can actually get them down to crunch a lot. So that you're going to get a lot of your articulation more so in the waist than the actual diaphragm joint. Same, you use that with the back. You can go back about that much. So that's okay. Obviously the belt is its own little floating piece, and it sticks up there pretty good. It actually is attached in the back, so it's not going to move in the back. But you can maneuver it in the front, so it won't get in the way of articulation here. Go down to the actual crouch piece here. The legs are connected to a double ball peg, so there you go. Batman really can't do the splits, but he can go out about that much. You can kick forward about that much, which is pretty good. You kick back about that much. And it does have to drop down, so it does have to, SHF kind of drop down method going on here. So you extend your kicks a little bit. So that's good. And it does swivel. So you got your, swivel here in the leg. And then you got the double jointed knees, better than 90. And then you go down to the ankles here, and the ankle does spin around. Goes up about that much, goes down about that much. And you got your ankle pivot, which is really good. It's a really nice ankle pivot. And of course, you gotta have it. You gotta have it. I'm talking, you know what I'm talking about. That toe articulation. So there you have it, folks. There is the articulation for the Hush Batman. It's very similar to a lot of the Mafex figures. Not really doing anything crazy here. It's kind of really close to Logan and the Cyclops articulation. So there you go. All right, now it's time to get into accessories. Batman comes with a pretty good amount of accessories. You get 3 different types of head sculpts. You get 2 sets of batarangs, 2 different variations of the grappling hook, and 7 sets of hands, plus an alternate neck piece, and obviously the Mafex stand. We're going to get into all that right now. Kicking it off with the head sculpts, we're going to take a look at the first one that came out of the package, which is the Stern face. I think this looks really good. Nice and brooding. Definitely 100% the Dark Knight. Next is the more angry, teeth-gritting face. So when Batman's kicking ass, doing some action poses and all that, this is probably the look you're gonna want to go with. And this looks good as well. Mine's got a couple of little paint imperfections on the side there, but it looks pretty good. And last but not least, you have the alternate Bruce Wayne head. It comes with an alternate neck piece. And this looks good as well. Looks just like how he looked in the animated movie. So that's how that looks. I give you a little gander at the hair there. So that's how the hair looks. There you go. Alright, now taking a look at the hands. You have the fist that came out of the packaging. You got a pair of open palmed hands. You got a pair of more relaxed open palmed hands. You got a pair of martial arts hands, which also I believe can be used to hold batarangs. You have another pair of fists, but these have a slight opening in them, and I believe you can stick the batarang in between the hole. And then you have these fists that have batarangs sculpted and in between the fingers. They look cool as well. Hey man, they can be little bat claws too if you want to, whatever you want to do with them. Then you have a pair of hands that have the grappling gun molded to the fist, and you get two of the you get two. So if you ever wanted to dual wield grappling guns, you definitely can, and those look good as well. You can see here at the top there's holes for you to put the grappling hook, which I'll be showing that in a couple seconds. So there you go. Alright, and here are the grappling hook accessories. So like I said, you just plug the grappling hook into the grappling gun. They just kind of sit in there. There's no actual clicking noise or anything when you put them in there. They kind of just sit in the gun. So they might actually fall out. I'm gonna check that in a second. But taking a closer look at this one, let's take a look at the shorter one, the one that's not released. So that's how that looks right there. Nice little metallic, gray there, silver, I should say. Like I said, you just pull it in and out like that, like so. There's no clicking or anything, so pretty sure these guys could fall out very easily. So when you're putting this on your shelf or whatever, definitely be careful, because you might end up losing them because they don't really stick in there. They just legit just plug in there. And here's the longer one. I'm trying to give you a better shot of that. So yeah, out. It's pretty long too. So let me see. Pretty sure shake it out, it comes right out. So definitely be careful with that, guys. But yeah, that's how the grappling hook looks. And you're going to be pointing it upward majority of the time, so you don't really have to worry about losing it unless it's on you have your figure on somewhere high, and it's going to take a tumble. This guy is definitely going flying somewhere on the carpet, so definitely be careful with that. But two pretty cool accessories right there. And here are the two types of batarangs. You get two of each. One's more kind of hooked, and the other one is more in the batarang logo form. And these are two types of hands you can put the batarangs into. You have the more open one, you have the one that's closed into a fist. You just stick the one that's close to the fist, just stick the batarang to the hole, and the other one obviously you just put it in between the fingers, and you will be good to go. Alright, it is size comparison time. Time to compare Batman to other figures from other lines. Here he is with other Mafex figures from the comic book line. So you have Wolverine here on your left and Mafex Deadpool on the right. Here he is with Medicom's 1/12 Prince of Crime Joker and the Sovereign Knight Batman. Here he is with SH Figure Arts Ultra Instinct Son Goku, and then the Final Battle Endgame Iron Man. Here he is with Marvel Legends Taskmaster and Figma Snake. Overall, Mafex Batman Hush Edition is probably, in my opinion, the best 6-inch Batman out here. I know people are like, oh, here we go again. But the Spider-Man Mafex figure definitely was. And this one, it's right up there, man. This guy is fantastic. You got the great Mafex articulation, the great cape, the great stock cape that people were complaining about. And they were like, oh man, I can't wait to get a new cape. This cape holds up. It's great. You can do so much with it. The colors on this guy is great. You don't have the one gripe I had with the Spider-Man was the colors of the blue. You don't have that issue here. You got your nice navy blue with shading all throughout the entire suit. The character looks like it just jumped right out of the graphic novel slash animated film. You get a good amount of accessories. 7 types of hands, 3 different hand sculpts. You get your batarangs, you get your grappling hooks, which are already molded into the hands, so you don't even have to worry about having to put them in and out of the hands and all that stuff. This guy is they knocked it out of the park with this guy. I am so happy to have this figure in my collection. It is definitely my favorite Batman. And it actually, I didn't think I would have. I thought my favorite Batman will always be that Sovereign Knight Batman. But this guy, I think he tops it, man. He tops it for real. He is a 100% the best 6-inch Spider 6-inch Batman that we have ever gotten, and this is great. I mean, yes, he isn't a very expensive figure. Mafex figures are not cheap, but you're definitely getting your money's worth with this guy. And you know, with all the different crappy Batmans or okay Batmans from the DC lines of the past, now the McFarlane lines, to have an actual good Batman that I want to put on my shelf other than the Mezco one, is really awesome, man. And I 100% recommend this guy. He gets 2 certified Quantrix 02 thumbs up. Definitely go out there and get him for sure. Right now he is available at Japanese retailers like Ami, but next month he will be hitting US toy retailers sites like Big Bad Toy Store, and he'll be on Amazon and stuff like that. So definitely look out for him. If you didn't already pre-order him yet, go out, pre-order him, or get him right now on Ami. It's your choice. You definitely, if you're a Batman fan, if you're a comic book fan, you need this guy on your shelf, because he is 100% fantastic and worth every single dime. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I can't wait to see what other the rest of the Hush flying is going to look like, man. We got Superman coming up. There's a black suit version of this guy. There's Catwoman, and there's Hush. And hopefully we get to see a couple more characters as well, and not just Hush. Let's go deeper into the DC comic books, man. I want to see a Robin. I want to see the rest of the Bat family. Let's see some Supergirl. I want to see a lot of stuff, man. But this is a great start to the DC line. They knocked it out of the park. But keep rambling. Anyway, guys, please, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel for more figure reviews. Please smash that like button. And if you're already subscribed, make sure you hit that bell notification so you get notified every time I put up a new review. And that's it, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay cool, everybody. A peace.